Hi, this is Dr. Heidi Grant, and welcome to another episode of 3 Things to Do. Today we're going to be talking about managing your emotions. Now, emotions aren't the enemy. In fact, they're really, really helpful. Emotions help us to make better decisions. They alert us to danger, and they keep us motivated to reach our goals. But there are times when strong emotion, when experienced too intensely or for too long, can actually derail us. It can lead to overwhelming the networks in the brain that psychologists call the executive function networks. These are the parts of the brain that engage in things like planning and taking goal-directed action, right? So when that happens, basically each of us turns into less than the best version of ourselves. And so it's important to find ways to reduce anxiety and anger and frustration and even sadness when we experience it, so that each of us can try to be our best selves. And really, there isn't a person out there who can't benefit from knowing a little bit more about how to manage our emotions on a day-to-day basis. So the first thing I'm going to share with you about how to manage emotions more effectively is a very simple technique that psychologists call labeling. And it's as simple as it sounds. Simply taking a moment to identify in your mind or out loud what the emotion is that you're feeling. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling worried. I'm feeling distressed. Whatever the label is you want to use for it, name that emotion you're feeling. Recent neuroscience studies actually show that when people label what they're feeling in response to looking at really distressing images, the activity in the parts of their brain that give rise to strong negative emotions actually begins to calm down. So it's a powerful and simple technique. Label your feeling that's already going to start to bring the needle a bit down. A second really and even more powerful strategy for managing emotions is what psychologists call reappraisal. Basically, that means taking a look at what's causing the negative emotion for you and trying to think about it another way. If you are in a situation where you feel you might lose your job and that's causing you a ton of stress, one way to reappraise that situation might be to look at it and say, I don't really like this job anyway. Maybe this is the motivation I need to go out and look for something that's going to be a better fit to me. If someone does something terrible to you and hurts you in some way, a way of reappraising that situation might be to look at it through that person's eyes and see what it was that they were intending to do. And perhaps the way you're interpreting it isn't what they actually intended. So reappraising is giving a new meaning to the situation that's causing strong emotion for you. And often in doing that, we can really radically change our emotional experience. The third thing to do to manage your emotions is something I like to call looking at it from the jerk's perspective, right? If somebody's really upset you, chances are that the way you're thinking about their behavior is that you're blaming them for what you're feeling, right? And it may be because you think, well, this person is a jerk, this person is selfish, this person is unkind, this person is cruel, and that's why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And that's a really common thing that we do. When we look at other people's behavior, we tend to attribute whatever they did to them, right? To something that's wrong with them. With our own behavior, we're actually very different. With our own behavior, we look at the context, right? We'll say, yes, I acted like a jerk in that situation, but it was because, right? Because I was upset about something, because I was worried about something, because someone had just cut me off in traffic. So we look to explain our own behavior by looking at the situation, and other people, we tend to not give them that service. So to manage your own emotions when other people are upsetting you, try doing that from their perspective. Try looking at their context. Is there a reason they're acting the way they're acting? Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they're not feeling well. Maybe they have a lot of stress that's contributing to their behavior. And doing that can really help calm the emotions we're feeling, to take a lot of the sting out of it, and you'll find your anger and your frustration and your sadness diminishing quite a bit. So let's go over those 3 things to do again one more time. The simplest of them, simply label the emotion that you're feeling to bring down your emotions. The second, more powerful technique is reappraisal. Take a look at the situation that's causing you a lot of negative emotion and try to see it another way. And finally, if there's a jerk who's causing you a lot of angst, then try to look at things from the jerk's perspective. What is the context that may be giving rise to their behavior? Doing that might actually really make you feel, frankly, a lot better about the jerk. Maybe even make you feel like they're not a jerk at all. All right, so again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If not, come to the website, www.heidigrantphd.com, and sign up for our newsletter, or follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn, and you'll see new episodes of 3 Things to Do every time they come out. Thanks for stopping by.